I didn't only need good, strong leads, I also needed a cast that could really embrace the theme, which is a very complex one. The pretend within pretending. It took me a long time to actually find the people that would be my final cast. This film's about the parallels, the duality, purity and sensuality, death and rebirth, darkness and light. It's all about letting go. In the process of letting go, darkness reconciles with light. They become one. I'm gonna leave you. To create the right look for the sequences of the interrogation sequences, we really wanted to portray the fact that we were conflicting darkness and light. The space had to be intimidating, but also it had to have a sort of it had to be open to possibilities. It had to be like a womb where something is cooking, something is being created, something is about to happen. The lily symbolizes death, purity, rebirth, love, but also death and sensuality. Susie's room, her colors, the colors that she wears, mostly whites and pinks. It shows the persona, the personality that she was before all this pain took over. Susie's room represents the potential that could, whatever could be. Have an honest heart. You are a worthy soul. Your devoted nature gently caresses my womanly essence. Shed your soul's sweet perfume. Average kindness shows mercy. Waves of bodily fluids in motion, screaming uncensored passion.
So my name is Laura or Laura, it depends on what you make of it. I'm from Italy. My latest projects, well, the most important ones I'd say, has been a feature film in Syracuse, New York, which is currently in post-production, and I had the lead role in that one, so it was quite cool. And apart from that, all bits and pieces, usual short films and a couple of commercials. Stage, that's where I actually come from. I trained, for stage performance, and then I moved to camera a couple of years ago.
I'm Amy, and I probably have less experience than everyone else. I am mainly trained on stage. I've been doing that a long time though, and I trained at East 15 acting school. It was a world performance course, so I studied different techniques from a lot of Asian styles of acting, but then also some South America and some Indian. I was 25 on Friday. I don't really know what else to say. I live in Brighton, along the coast, but I'm going to be staying in London while we're filming. But
Okay.
So my name is Andre. I've trained, my BA training was in acting at the National University of Film and Theatre back in Bucharest, and then I came straight to do my MA in acting at East 15 Acting School.
Awesome. All those connections.
So in the last 2-3 years I've been mostly doing music, composing music for theatre and film.
It's important that my cast understands what method is. Yeah, so my character is the one who's really has got really little to do with everyone else. I think she's, as we discussed before, she's the creator of the film, and so she is the divinity of this unreal world, which is, unreal but still very truthful. It's about love and how ambiguous it is, its many faces, and how people get trapped by it and justify everything they do in the name of love.
Okay, it's okay, but it's something like you were affected by it, and no, you have to be like a scientist talking about specimens, more detached. You weren't detached. You were more like. In the end, it was not. It depends. If it's someone that's been hurt by love and stuff, no, but you're not. You really don't care. You're just talking to lovers. It was just something. It's just a topic to play with about method. To use my method in. It's a topic. So that's what love is to you. Just a topic to use method. What's this film about?
It's about love and its many faces. How ambiguous it is. How people get caught in its little traps and justify everything they do. They're still very truthful. I read somewhere that it's easier to believe the truth. It's less complicated, and also the fact that acting is about telling the truth, not lying, and she's very well aware of that, and so that's why she puts so much, attention, let's say, she gives so much attention to the fact that they're having this session and they have to truly find the characters before they do any proper work. I think she knows what's going on in the unreal world of the film, but she's a complete stranger to the real world, the outsider world, and that is what she doesn't want in her own world. That's why she says, anything you have between the two of you, watch my movie.
Well, I think Monica is a damaged person, and I think she craves attention from other people, but then when she gets it, I think she can't really cope and she doesn't quite know how to deal with it. So I think she hides behind a sexy facade, but then when you get to know her better, I think that there are more and more insecurities kind of eke out. I also think that she's used to being in a relationship where she's been controlled, and now where Simon's so devoted to her, I think she doesn't feel worthy of that kind of trust and that kind of love. So I think she goes into like a self-destruct mode when things are going too well. That's mainly what I think. Pretending to be sweet or sexy or flirty, and as we were saying, women who are badly treated in a relationship almost cling to that. It's kind of addictive to seek out someone who will make you feel special, but then kind of shit on you as well. And I think that she's never had Simon, she's never had anyone be as devoted to her as Simon is. So she's destructing it. She doesn't feel worthy of that kind of good treatment. So I think she's seeking Danny to almost ruin it for herself, just to self-destruct.
Nothing happened between your brother and I feel I'm losing him, or I'm losing myself, or I've lost him, or he's lost me. Either way, I feel like a traitor.
She's very vulnerable. I think she's a really vulnerable person. So I think you have to be careful not to. I'd like the audience to identify with her and not dislike her for running around. I'd like them to appreciate the vulnerable side where you kind of just want to be looked after. When you just meet someone you just want to look after them, and I think that's what both the boys have about her, and I think she is able to say, okay, if you want to look after me, okay, you can. It's me, I'm sorry, Simon, I need to get out of this town, this city, this country. I hate it. I can't breathe. I'm afraid. It's an odd phrase, but I think broken seeks broken. So because Monica's very insecure, and I think she can seek, the insecurities that Danny has, but that wouldn't work as a couple because it's just too similar and imbalanced people, whereas Simon's seems a lot more stable, but it's just because I think we can relate to each other, so that's why.
Hi, I'm Simon, and I'm an actor. I enjoy what I do. I think Simon is definitely always redefining himself against Danny, like defining himself against the image of Danny. I think he tries to be the opposite of his lies, always just to give an example that things can be done in a balanced way
Yeah.
and truthfully. And I think Simon is really honest and good and real because he struggled with his emotional balance just to not be like Danny. To understand love beyond a point, it's easy to fall in love. I go on the metro and I see like 3 women I could spend my entire life with. I could give all my love to you, I would say to her, if that would be socially acceptable.
To remark about the fact that he doesn't like the pickpocket. I think the pickpocket is not honest enough for him. That's why he doesn't quite like that. Also, of course, the role is about the guy who's actually in love with Susie, but I think that doesn't convince you. Like, you don't want to be the one who steals anything. She's yours by right. You're not stealing her away from anyone. And that's maybe why you're not so convinced.
Yeah, I don't want to be like
that
would be socially acceptable. Yeah. But then everything becomes complicated. And in time, love starts to mean something else. And that's okay, that's natural. But it's a bit sad as well.
Danny's music, Distant Flute, well, tells us the story of a fallen hero. It evokes feelings of fear and uncertainty.
She took my breath away. I love her. And my love for her, it attempts what is above its strength, pleads no excuse of impossible.
Well, in fact, you might be aware, that's my opinion anyway, but you might be aware, but it's intriguing, the fact that you don't know what's going on. And
I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
And I think what he does envy, like the good part of Danny's life, is that this exuberant energy and fakeness that Danny has actually is helping him in his career and is making him get more things. And
Danny has character traits which he takes great care in hiding.
I think he hates just lies and like these parasite thoughts that Danny has, and how he constructs his life on like rubbish things.
He was always my mother's favorite. Now I'm very hardworking, I'm very forward striving, I have achieved a lot. I'm not sure if Simon should be an actor. I'm not sure his spirit is up for it. I think he should look for a simpler life. He should move out, be less rough around the edges. He might be more selfless. He might be more selfless than I am. I think, well, that's why I say he loves in a different way, because she doesn't want him the way she wants me. And I know that, and she knows that. And he would never accept it, but he knows that as well. Yeah. I love her.
The bud, the petal and the stem, the leaf, the root and the seed, sweetest of aromas, live in you mysteriously. A rose in the winter, asleep in the summer, brother to the Milky Way, blossom of the mother, accelerate fervent hates of ecstasy, witness cosmic indulgence. Susie's distorted music box theme tells us the story about something or someone that once was pretty and beautiful, but is now broken.
Susie's going through the lowest point in her life.
It's about me. It's that I don't know.
She needs to redefine herself by integrating the suffering in a way that it can be transformed. But instead she's assimilating the sadness, making it a part of who she is, and allowing herself to get more and more sucked into the darkness that it brings. She has created a world of her own where she lives, and this world does not allow the pain to heal. It is actually a place where the pain can grow and settle in her life.